From 96.6 to 102.4 FM. This is Nevis Radio.
Certainly is approaching 9:32 on this Wednesday morning. Good morning, Bruce.
Good morning.
How are you?
It's fine up here. How's it down there?
What about are you at the moment then?
Okay. Oh, but say again?
Sorry, where are you at the moment?
Tongue.
Oh, you live in Tongue?
Yes, far further north than you lot.
Oh, I haven't been there for absolutely ages.
Yeah, well, come and see it. It's quite nice.
It is rather nice. Let's talk about your new book, Rivers and Lochs of Scotland, The Angler's Complete Guide. It's a huge chunk of a book.
Yeah, but it took a huge chunk of my life to write the damn thing, too.
It's basically tells you how to get... Have you covered every part?
About 5,000.
Yeah.
I've been fishing for quite a few years now. When this book was first published, my son Blair, big son Blair, said, "Father, this is probably going to be one of the greatest works of angling fiction ever written." Yeah. So that's from nearest and dearest. It's supposed to be factual, damn it.
Well, it's very factual. I mean, it tells you how to get to lochs and rivers, and it gives you the best vantage points, where to go, and it's a complete, what one would call a glossary.
Yeah, that's right. I began writing it because of a problem. A lot of anglers come to Scotland, and indeed local anglers spend most of the time trying to find out where to get permission rather than actually fishing. So I thought I would address that issue and try and make sure that they knew exactly where to get permission. Because if you don't get permission, you're fishing illegally.
Yeah.
And most anglers don't want to do that.
No.
But eventually, in desperation, if they say they're on a holiday and they've only got a week, then hang it, I'll just go and fish. Well, there's no excuse now because the Bible's there. You can check where to get permission, where to fish.
Yeah, because there's nothing worse than really if you've got the rod and you think that's a nice little loch.
Yeah.
Then I'll just dip my rod in there, and there's a sign nailed to a tree says permit required, no fishing, and you go, where the heck do you get a permit in the middle of nowhere?
Yeah, or shot on sight. Yeah, quite. That's why I wrote the book, and it was first published back in 1983, and it was called the Trout Lochs of Scotland. And for 30 years now, it's been in print, and I hope it's been of some use to my fellow anglers. Mm-hmm. And of course, you guys down there in Fort William area have got some super fishing around about you. The River Leven, the River Lochs, and the wee Nevis. Mm-hmm. And the Leven, of course, drains Blackwater Reservoir. And above the reservoir on the west side, there are some fantastic lochs. If you really want to get away from it all, David, then climb up to the west of the Blackwater Reservoir and take a trout rod with you just to feed yourself. There's some wonderful lochs up there.
It sounds like heaven.
It is.
Sounds like heaven. Because I mean, you're no stranger to angling, because you had another book out a couple of years back, Angling Lines.
Yes, I've written 13 books so far.
Wow!
People keep stopping my wife in the street, David, and they say, "Oh, Mr. Sandison, has your man got a job yet, or is he still writing?"
One day you'll get a real job, because you are a journalist as well.
I'm a writer and journalist.
Yeah.
And, I've written for most of the major papers in the UK, and I also write for overseas papers. But my main interest is in trying to bring to people's attention what a wonderful and glorious country Scotland is, all it has to offer. And that's why, for instance, I get very cross when you look at lochs like Loch Eelt and Loch Shiel, which used to be very fine sea trout fisheries, have now been very severely damaged by the impact of sea lice from fish farms. That makes me cross because it damages Scotland, and it damages Scotland's heritage, and anything that damages that damages us all. But apart from that, we're also like hill walking. I've done, I think, 2 or 3 books on hill walking, and there again, down in the Fort William area, you're marvellously endowed. I mean, we stayed at Roy Bridge once and walked the hills round the top of the glen and came down the White Falls. Yeah. Never forget that day. We also did Craigmiggery and the Singing Sands. Have you been to Singing Sands?
Yes.
It's amazing when you walk across, you break the surface, and gosh, it is like seals singing. So yeah, that's why I fish, that's why I love Scotland, and that's why I suppose I write, because I find I can express myself that way reasonably better than I can when I'm talking.
It used to be the thing that in order to write and in order to be involved as a journalist in print, you had to be based in the Central Belt. That's no longer the case, because with the advent of technology the way it is now, you can be anywhere. Yeah,
that's what we are, very remote up here in the north. I remember going to the odd meeting in London when I was doing some consultancy, and we were in a sort of 15-story block of offices, and in the boardroom, and we're standing at the window looking down on the street, the little sort of mini toys and mini people walking far below and just all around buildings. And one of the guys said to me, "Listen, Bruce, where do you come from?" Well, I said, "I come from Tongue, in the far north of Scotland." He said, "Tongue?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Do you live there all year?" Although some sort of idiot or some sort of very strange sort of guy. No, we have a wonderful environment.
Yeah.
It's our duty to future generations.
Absolutely.
To preserve it.
Absolutely. So the book's available all over the place. The Rivers and Lochs of Scotland, the Angler's Complete Guide. It's available on Amazon. It's available all over the place. It's available from Black and White Publishing as well. It'll be available in your local bookstore if you still have an independent local bookstore near you.
Yeah, that's true. Do you have any down there now?
Oh yeah. Well, we've got a couple. We've got a couple of independents, and we've got, of course, one of the nationals as well.
Yeah, well, that's good. Yeah.
And I mean, because your nearest place to go will be sort of Thurso then.
Thurso or Inversnecky. Yeah.
No, it's Snecky. Aye.
They have an expanding Inversnecky. Yeah.
So what made you locate to Tongue then?
Well, my grandfather was born in Caithness.
All right.
And so when we were in a position as a family to decide, okay, we can go anywhere. Mm-hmm. So we considered Dunkeld and Perthshire, but then we opted for Caithness. So my wife was a dental surgeon, so she and I worked there for 17 years, and then we thought, we'll move beyond the Splitstane into the land of Clan Mackay, because there are a lot more hills there.
Yeah.
And so we've been here now for 23 years in Tongue, and fortunately we're surrounded by quite a number of our family. We've got 10 grandchildren in total.
Wow.
And they all fish, David.
Oh, there you go. You see, it's in the blood.
No, it's the Chinese call it brainwashing.
Take them out when they're young. Give them a rod. There you go. Happy Christmas. There's another trout rod. There you go.
And within the next few months, we are going to become great grandparents.
Oh, fantastic!
And whether there's a boy or a girl, she or he will fish.
Yeah. How many rods have you got?
Oh heavens, about half a dozen. Yeah. I remember now as a wee boy getting my first rod, and fishing flies. They were so important and so special and cost so much. And as you grow older, you get lots and lots of flies, and you don't even think about it anymore.
Yeah. You just get a little room or a shed or a bit of a garage, and you go, "I'll just put it in there. It'll be absolutely fine."
Yes.
And it's a bloke thing, isn't it? You have to have a little place to go and just look at your toys and go.
Yeah, like a radio studio. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. You've ticked that box. Listen, Bruce, thanks very much indeed. It's been a real joy chatting to you today.
Nice to speak to you, Dave.
Rivers and Lochs of Scotland, the Angler's Complete Guide. If you're a fishing person, get the book. Bruce, thank you. I think he's gone.
Right.
Oh, you're still there? Okay.